Ms. Cheryl Chan.
Mr. Speaker, I will be touching on the CPF Amendment Bill. As CPF is one of the key financial resources for most Singaporeans, it is imperative that any changes to be introduced are properly communicated and due care be given to enable the public to understand what these changes mean to them. Given there are a number of amendments to be made and a few areas where the specifics to the conditions laid out are not entirely clear, I wish to seek several clarifications. Under Clause 4, Section 15AA, allowing CPF to make automatic disbursement to the member if he or she is suffering from a specified significant condition. First, can more details be shared on the significant condition that entails this exception? Does it refer to a health condition, and if so, what kind? Or does it refer to a financial situation of the said member? Second, if the member is currently covered under a social assistance program, will the CPF disbursement impact his or her eligibility from continued assistance under the current social assistance scheme? I hope that this discretionary disbursement based on the member's situation is meant to help supplement their situation and does not have the unintended consequence of putting them in a worse position, should they be relieved of any social assistance programs or the support scheme being significantly reduced after the lump sum disbursement is made. Under Section 13, lifting the cap annual limit for certain types of voluntary contributions to the MediSave account, I believe this move is a welcome one, especially for those self-employed, better enabling and ensuring that their healthcare needs are taken care of. Does the Ministry have any projections on the implications of these changes in the form of retirement adequacy? And to what extent will it help the self-employed or those working in the gig economy? These voluntary contributions can be paid either by the member themselves or from their family members' contribution. But with an aging population in Singapore, whilst the younger generation helps to contribute to their parents' or grandparents' MediSave accounts and will bridge the immediate support for their healthcare needs, have we considered what are the correlated effects that would be on the family members that's assisting to top up the CPF of their loved ones? Will the same issue of healthcare MediSave sufficiency be an issue for the next generation if they do not have sufficient cash set aside for medical purposes or are without additional medical insurance? I think it will be more beneficial for the younger cohort of the working population to be offered the financial literacy on how to better manage their retirement needs and in the process learn to balance their own needs versus providing for their parents or their elderly. Another area is providing a new and simplified process for the distribution of unnominated CPF monies on a member's death. This is certainly an applauded move. As in February this year, it was just shared that only more than 2 in 5 CPF members have made the nomination, with those among 65 and above higher at 3 in 4 having done so. Tying this point to the earlier note I made about the discretionary automatic disbursements to the member, if he or she is a beneficiary or nominee of the CPF account from another person, would there be a specified limit that prevents them from receiving any future social support? And sir, going beyond the amendments of the bill, I would like to raise 2 other points for further considerations. First, on the special needs community. Caring for the special needs community and having them included in the schemes is something that I feel passionately about. I had previously raised in this House regarding the creation of micro-jobs to ensure that these individuals, when they become young adults, are able to gain some independence and be a part of the workforce. Thus, against the backdrop of the changes to the CPF in allowing more relaxation on the withdrawal of CPF monies, I would like to suggest that we also consider how best to safeguard this community, and by extension to their families and caregivers in times of need. For example, the simplification of processes for them to access the funds when the caregivers are no longer around, or to apportion more funds for their medical needs as they are more likely to require that on the long run. And next, rethinking the CPF's current allocation rates design. With the landscape of work changing and more choosing to embark on flexi work or self-employment, Perhaps it is timely in the near future for us to review the CPF's allocation rates to the 3 different buckets: the ordinary account, the special accounts, and the MediSave account, to better provide for retirement adequacy whilst ensuring we meet our housing, education, and healthcare needs. With the current design categorized according to age groups, perhaps it might be worth rethinking if more nuances are required in the current allocation principles and rates. Maximizing contribution to the OA during the active income years before increasing the allocation to the SA from 35 to 55 years of age, and subsequently for the MediSave to be raised through the SA and OA after a specific age and in line with the medical costs during that time period. This is especially so as the nature of work is fast evolving. More are seeking self-employment. The definition of job security and stability do not have the same representation as before. There are also individuals who could be taking on more than 2 jobs at different stages of their life, and hence I suggest that a review to be undertaken and more holistically ensure that we are able as a nation to better cater for retirement adequacy for all. Sir, notwithstanding what I've raised, I rise in support of the bill.